Windsor gave Natalie some life advice on set, which she's lived by ever since. So when you mentioned it earlier, we were like, oh, we just want to know, because you can't beat getting some advice from Babs.
I know. I was so lucky to work with such great women, you know, growing up. I was 10 when I joined Eastenders, and I just had all these wonderful, wonderful women.
Yeah.
And Barbara, on a professional level, really helped me. And she was very, very straight-talking, and she helped me go, you know what, you need to be on time, you need to be polite to people, you need to be kind, you need to know, do your homework and know your lines, and just be very grateful for the job. Yeah. And I've, you know, taken that on board.
And she could be tough with you, but without saying a word, right? Like if you'd had a night out when you were working the next day.
I remember... Thank you for that. It's a private conversation in the green room. No, I remember going out with H from Steps one night, and it was, you know, early 2000s, maybe very late 90s, and I came into work, and it was in the days of when, you know, EastEnders stars were on the front of papers, you know, it was a big thing back then. And I remember walking in, and me and H from Steps, we were on the front of the Sun, and I remember walking past and seeing Barbara with the paper. Morning! I'm thinking, morning, Barbara, thinking, oh, I have been out, but I am on time. But I don't think I ever did it again.
You never went out?
I don't think I went out on a school night ever again.
Oh, you see, it's keeping you in line without saying a word. Yeah. I love that.
She was amazing.
And June also gave you good advice as well, didn't she?
Oh, June, yeah, she was incredible. But hers was more about kind of the craft, the acting, and she'd always say, darling, that sounds so boring. She'd say, every line is a song. Think about how you say things and don't be too monotone, and listening is better than reacting. Yeah. And, yeah, I was just... I'm so grateful.
And
so
do
lucky.
you give... You know, I know you like to not think you're an EastEnders soap legend, but you are absolutely a soap legend. So in your role for those younger members of the crew that are starting up, do you give them little nuggets of advice?
To be honest with you, they are so good. They're better than we were. Really? They are so brilliant, honestly. This Gen Z generation, you know, they're not out drinking all night, they're meditating and talking about their sleep. No, they really are. But they're really, really good. I just tell them what I learned, you know, be kind to people, learn people's names, know your crew, you know.
All those things.
All those good things,
Your bit of advice is slightly different.
No, it's wise advice. My grandmother, she always said, make sure when you leave the house, you've always got on clean knickers and clean socks. Because if you have an accident, they're going to cut it off. And that apparently happened to a very good friend of mine. He got into a motorbike accident, got his jeans cut off of him, and he had clean white underpants and was very happy for it. So, go for it. I mean, you know,
I mean, he laughed, but that's exactly the same advice that my mum gave me. Right, still to come.